WWF with support from UNDP.
Lake Naki Valley in the Isindra district is a Ramsar site, a wetland of international importance because of its high biodiversity, such as threatened species of birds and endangered fish. But livestock grazing and cultivation on the water's edge damaged the shoreline and resulted in soil erosion, siltation of the lake, and declining fisheries. The pollution affected the wildlife, and fish, birds, animals, and plants struggled to adapt and survive.
In the 90s, we received refugees, this time who were cultivators. They were joined by the nationals, again who were cultivators. So what they did was to open land for cultivation.
Lake Naki Valley was slowly dying, and the district management had to act. With support from UNDP, local community groups and the Isindra district local government came together to make Lake Naki Valley healthier by putting a green corridor along the shoreline. Following the lake's management plan, a 200-meter zone was gazetted for tree planting and to allow natural regeneration of the vegetation. Adjacent to the 200 meters are farmers who have planted trees and other crops.
To utilize this place is supposed to get permit as required by the law. So where you see the maize, underneath there are trees, Grevillea trees, which were provided by WWF. We are working closely with the communities who are adjacent the 200 meters to do a Taunja system where we bring trees and the communities plant.
And so far, so good. The communities who were evicted from the shores are slowly embracing the idea.
Tutungenzura emiti yaberuho ntufunamu embaho emiti ntugishenya mwenku za kunyamba emitukwera akure ninza kuba ninsibuka mwembuzi yanje kandi no mutogo gwayo maninga watwagutema tukaguta hansi nintunga horko.
Even the receding water levels have risen again. The district is now looking for support to start income-generating activities for the community members, such as beekeeping, zero grazing, piggery, and ecotourism. The lake is virgin and has sought-after animals and birds like the shoebill and sitatunga. In Rubirizi district, Mushumba Community Initiatives for Development, a community-based organization, is restoring the integrity of Lake Kako. Lake Kako is one of the 32 crater lakes found in Rubirizi. With the steep slopes around Lake Kako, there was a lot of soil getting washed into the lake. This altered the quality of the water, yet it's the same water that the residents used for their domestic needs. To stop the soil erosion and silting, they have planted indigenous trees and vetiver grass along the shoreline.
Because the first thing we did was to make sure that everybody knows that there is a problem. And that problem requires an intervention. And that intervention was, say, planting the trees and also planting the grass. It was not easy to bring everybody on board. But what made it easy for us was the fact that we had to make sure that everybody appreciated that there was a problem and the need to protect this lake.
70 farmers living around the lake were brought together to form the Lake Kako Management Committee, and these were able to mobilize others.
The vegetation cover on the shoreline will reduce the harmful effects of silt and sediment on the water bodies, protect the water quality, provide habitat for various plants and animals, and ensure a healthy freshwater ecosystem that will meet the needs of all the users.
Now with a serene and green atmosphere, there's an opportunity for ecotourism.
We are very selective. We are planting medicinal trees. We are planting trees, the traditional trees. We are planting trees that we think that we're getting extinct. So this whole project would attract very many people, including learners, people who want to advance knowledge in botanical issues and forestry, tourists who want to look at the different varieties of trees, people want to pick medicines for both local and Western medicine. I think this would be the best destination.
Only 10 meters off the water has been planted with grass and trees. The whole area is about 250 meters. With more funding, this community-based organization hopes to plant the entire slope around the lake. Hundreds of people rely on these freshwater bodies for their survival. By improving the way they are managed, these natural resources will be able to maintain their ability to fulfill their functions for present and future generations. Agnes Asimwe Okoth, NTV.
Nature Files was brought to you by WWF with support from UNDP.